Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking yet another video and welcome if you're new. My name is Taddy G and on this channel I like to share what it's truly like to run and own a clothing brand. And I just want to give a little shameless plug. I do have a starter kit, which is basically an online guide that helps you start a clothing brand, especially if you're somebody that wants to start a brand but has no idea where to start. I've had this guide running since around about October, November time, and people have found it incredibly useful. And I'm now also running one-on-one sessions that are complimentary to those that sign up to the starter kit, and you can basically cash that in at any point in your journey, and it's just basically an aid to help you through the process. You get a chance to ask any questions that you may have related to starting your clothing brand. And also I do have like online chat support whereby you can basically just talk to me about anything in regards to starting your clothing brand, and this all comes with the starter kit. So if you're somebody that is looking to start a clothing brand, has no idea where to start, I'm gonna have that linked in the description. You could check it out, read all the information about it, and see whether it's actually a really good fit for you, which I feel like it may be. So let's talk tech packs. This is probably one of my most common questions that I do have, and again I do have a complete tech pack guide on my website. I'll link that below as well, which will help you actually create a tech pack for yourself. But a question that I do get a lot is like, what is a tech pack? Why do I need it? Is it important? And all of that kind of jazz. Because when you do get into contact with a clothing manufacturer, that is typically one of the first things they ask you. Do you have a tech pack? Where's your tech pack? And if they don't ask you that, that is definitely a big red flag, because how are they going to make your garment without the instructions to do so? And that is basically what a tech pack is. It is a crucial document in the fashion industry that basically contains all the necessary information a manufacturer needs to produce your garment. So in a tech pack, you're going to find details like your designs, so your flat lay designs that you may have put together. Now I do have a couple of like Adobe tutorial videos of how you can actually create a flat drawing, or if again you pick up my complete tech pack guide, I do have like a range of flats, so like t-shirts, tracksuits, hoodies and all of that. So all you need to do is grab one of those and basically add your logo on it and Bob's your uncle. So in a tech pack you're gonna find things like flats, measurements of the particular garment that you want to create, material details, so the fabric you want to use, the different trims, things like that, colors, so the different colorways that you want this particular garment to come in. And you should be using Pantone colors as a reference to ensure that there's no like mishap or issues or anything like that. There's construction details, so exactly how you want this particular garment to be constructed. Print or embroidery placement, so exactly where you want your print or your embroidery to be on this particular garment. Label placement. Now this is a really like a major key that you might not even think of, because when I first got my first round of t-shirts, I really despised where my manufacturer put the label. And it's simply because I didn't include that in my tech pack. I didn't include the label placement. So that is definitely something that you need to be including in your tech pack or in your general communication that you have with the manufacturer that you're working with. So including all of this information ensures that your manufacturer understands your vision for this particular garment and ends up producing your garment to the exact specification that you want for that particular garment. So obviously I feel like from that alone you should be able to gauge why a tech pack is really important. But let's dive a little bit deeper as to some of the specific reasons why having a tech pack is important. So having the detailed design specifications will ensure that the manufacturer knows exactly how you want your garment to be made. That is the best way you are going to communicate this information to them. Consistency. Having a tech pack will help maintain the consistency throughout your production process, because really and truly if you think about it, there's gonna be multiple people working on your garment. So if everybody knows exactly how this garment is supposed to be constructed, it means that it's going to be consistent across all processes throughout the production line. Accuracy. So within your tech pack pack, you have a page where you are going to highlight and mark out exactly the lengths of different components of your garment. So for example, let's take this dress that I'm wearing. For example, I could have a measurement that says, okay, I want this to be this wide, you know, and that means that now when you give that tech pack to your manufacturer, you know that this garment is going to be made to that measurement because you have specified that you want this part to be this wide. For example, quality control, you can actually then go ahead and use this tech pack as the basis of your quality control. Going back to the measurement detail, okay, you said that you want this to be 10 centimeters wide and it's come back to you and it's 14 centimeters wide. That is already an issue when it comes to quality because it means that the manufacturer hasn't followed your instructions accurately, and you can use that as a base of going back to them and being like, hang on, that's not right. Hopefully my camera doesn't switch off because my battery is flashing. I have plugged it in, but I'm hoping that it doesn't switch off. But we've only got a few more points to cover. So communication. So a lot of the times we are working with overseas manufacturers and they may not necessarily speak the language that we speak. So the tech pack is going to serve as a communication document to basically communicate what it is you want between you and the manufacturer without room for error, because you know everyone should be able to sort of like read numbers, measurements and all of that thing. And also in the tech pack there's lots of like imagery, so it should be very clear to the manufacturer, even if for example your language or the language you're typing your tech pack in isn't in the language that they speak or their first language. For example, cost efficiency. So having a tech pack will actually reduce the back and forth between you and the manufacturer. So say if you wanted a t-shirt designed and you've sent them all the measurements and stuff, really and truly they should be making that t-shirt to your exact specifications. And if it's a design that you've tried and tested, you know that the first sample that you should get, if they followed the tech pack, should be exactly accurate to what it is you want, which will save you from getting additional samples. I mean, I ordered some t-shirts from Alibaba without sending them a tech pack, and I'm looking at them, they're all right, but there's some things that were so easy to tweak. Had I sent them a tech pack and they had all the information about measurements and stuff, they probably would have made it accurately and I wouldn't have had to make those tweaks, and I probably would have been 100% happy with the sample. For example, errors can be big and costly because a lot of the time with every sample you probably have to pay unless it's an error from the manufacturer's part. It might be something like, okay, no, I don't like the position of that label, can you remove it and move it up or down? That is going to be costly to either the manufacturer or they might even charge you for making that correction because they might be like, hey, that's not something you specified. So then you have to make the decision whether you're just going to leave it like that or make that correction and pay. Now the final reason why tech packs are really, really important, and this is one that you might not actually have thought about, and it's accuracy when it comes to the initial pricing and costing of that particular garment you want produced. If a manufacturer receives your tech pack and it's got all the information about the fabric, the trims, print you want, the placement, the size and all of that, it means that they can give you a more accurate cost of what the final unit cost is going to be when you purchase your garments at bulk, because they have pretty much got all the necessary information that they need to produce the garment, which means that they can actually, you know, work out how long it's going to take, how much the fabric is going to cost, what the trims are going to cost, and give you more of an accurate costing of what it's going to cost, which I feel like is really, really good because it means that you can do planning when it comes to your budget and all of that good stuff and decide whether this manufacturer is even for you. So yeah, those are some of the reasons why it's super, super important to have a tech pack for your clothing brand. Like I mentioned, I do have a complete tech pack guide which comes with a tech pack, a full-on example for you to follow, pointers to help you create a tech pack, and lots of flat drawings including t-shirts, hoodies, a jumpsuit, bomber jacket, things like that, for you to just copy, paste and start creating your own tech pack. I really, really hope that you've enjoyed this video and you subscribe, press that like button, and I will catch you in my very, very next video.